welcome back to Politically Disengaged by Cortez, and I'm Cortez. We've all heard the phrase, the robots are coming, but I'm here to say that the robots are already here. No, not those robots, but these robots. We are in the midst of the greatest economic transformation of our lifetime, called the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Let's take a look at a few moments from Andrewyang discussing the Fourth Industrial Revolution.
We're in the midst of the greatest economic transformation in the history of our country, what experts are calling the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And what happened to those 4 million manufacturing workers was just the beginning. The Fourth Industrial Revolution is now shifting to workers in retail, call centers, fast food and food service, truck driving, and on through the economy. And as artificial intelligence leaves the lab and starts hitting various industries and corporations, the changes are just going to accelerate. And our labor market is not adapting right now.
Because we got rid of 300,000 manufacturing jobs in your towns, and we're not stopping there. How many of you have noticed stores closing where you work and live? Amazon alone is closing 30% of America's stores and malls, soaking up $20 billion in business while paying zero in taxes. These are the problems that got Donald Trump elected, the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And that is going to accelerate and grow more serious regardless of who is in the Oval Office.
The savings from automating truck driving are estimated to be $168 billion per year. And not just labor savings, but also equipment utilization, because the trucks never stop, fuel efficiency, because the trucks can daisy chain together, so there's less wind resistance, fewer accidents, because right now truck accidents kill about 4,000 people a year, so you'd probably save lives. There's a very, very powerful argument for the fact that we should be trying to automate.
What exactly is the Fourth Industrial Revolution? And what are the first three? So the first Industrial Revolution is when we harness steam to power our machines. The second Industrial Revolution is when we introduced electricity. The third Industrial Revolution is when we got connected to computers and the internet. Now in the Fourth Industrial Revolution, we are combining the cyber and the physical worlds. We are combining digital and biological. In the Fourth Industrial Revolution, everything is connected. One of the biggest things driving the Fourth Industrial Revolution is artificial intelligence, or AI. In 2015, Google DeepMind AlphaGo beat the best player at the hardest game on the planet. From then on, China has set to become a world leader in artificial intelligence by the year 2030. Let's take a look at a few videos of artificial intelligence.
At some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
AI? You mean artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence. Please define.
AI is a branch of computer science dealing with the simulation of intelligent behavior in computers.
Artificial intelligence is making rapid strides. There's talk of a new evolution that could fundamentally change life on our planet. Artificial intelligence has the potential to revolutionize every aspect of daily life: work, mobility, medicine, the economy, and communication.
The goal: to win the game. After 100 games, it learned to use the bat at the bottom to hit the ball and break the bricks at the top. After 300, it could do that better than a human player. After 500 games, it came up with a creative way to win the game, by digging a tunnel on the side and sending the ball around the top to break many bricks with one hit. That was deep learning.
That's the AI program based on learning, really, that has been so successful.
Alexa, what do you do?
A machine that could organize your cupboard just as you like it, or serve every member of the house a customized cup of coffee. Makes your day easier, doesn't it? These are the products of artificial intelligence. But why use the term artificial intelligence? Well, these machines are artificially incorporated with human-like intelligence to perform tasks as we do. this intelligence is built using complex algorithms and mathematical functions. But AI may not be as obvious as in the previous examples. In fact, AI is used in smartphones, cars, social media feeds, video games, banking, surveillance, and many other aspects of our daily life.
We're utilizing the artificial intelligence to really make the robots easier to use and be able to handle a broader spectrum of opportunities.
More Chinese watched AI beat the best human Go player, the Chinese game of Go,
right,
than watched the Super Bowl in the U.S.
Wow.
AI's massive national and cultural priority.
Is this an effort from the government to get interest in this thing that they see as vitally important to their future success?
Yes.
That's
So now we are at a point for the first time in history that we have a computer or machine that's actually smarter than a human. Millions of jobs are at risk, and the effects on the communities have already begun.
As the first two customers in line, Miko and Evan say this new self-paid market is the way of the future.
It's incredible. It's very quick, very fast. Not only that, you have less traffic.
They say the economy is changing, jobs are going by the wayside.
The Port of Los Angeles seeing something unfold many folks probably didn't know about. The port is going automated. Artificial intelligence and digital technology are moving and powering commerce here. Containers are lowered onto trailers, and within seconds those trucks drive off. They know where to turn, where to drive, and where to drop off their cargo. They even yield to each other when one crosses in front of the other.
Chasing chocolate. A robot would easily put Lucy and Ethel out of assembly line work, and manufacturing is not the only industry affected by developments in automation.
42% of all current jobs across the country are at a high level of being either disrupted or eliminated.
Those are the findings in this report from the Brookfield Institute at Ryerson University. The top jobs at risk are retail sales, administrative assistants, food counter staff, cashiers, and transport truck drivers. And a report from the Senate on automated cars predicts more than 1 million job losses in the automotive sector alone.
You already have the self-scan checkouts everywhere, fast food restaurants are getting rid of the front of the line employees.
From robots in the Amazon warehouse to Boston Dynamic, a company that builds humanoid bots. As for the rest of us, the head of the Brookfield Institute says humans will adapt over the long term. But right now,
for certain segments of the population in certain industries that might be at more risk, I do think that there is a cause for alarm.
A world away from the records being set on Wall Street. In a state where only 10% own stock, Aisha Yandoro knows here.
So this used to be a thriving shopping complex.
Strong markets don't mean much.
When people talk about a booming economy, but you see this, do you believe that people are being left behind?
I definitely believe. I know people are being left behind.
It's a multi-decade adjustment period.
The world is being reimagined. This is a supermarket. Robots guided by AI pack everything from soap powder to cantaloupes for online consumers. Machines that pick groceries, machines that can also read reports, learn routines and comprehend, are reaching deep into factories, stores, and offices. An auto worker and a local union president has witnessed what 40 years of automation can do to a town.
You know, we're one of the cities in the country that I think we were left behind in this recovery.
Once this was the UAW hall for one local union. Now, with falling membership, it's shared by 5 locals.
Back in the 70s, had about 7,500 UAW automotive workers making a middle-class wage with decent benefits and able to send their kids to college and do all the things that the middle-class family should be able to do. Our factory today, with automation, would probably be about 700 United Auto Workers. That's a dramatic change. When I increase productivity through automation, I lose jobs. Jobs go away, and I don't care what the robot manufacturers say. You aren't replacing those 10 production people that robot is now doing that job with 10 people. You can increase productivity to a level to stay competitive with the global market. That's what they're trying to do. Automation is definitely taking away a lot of jobs. Robots, I don't know how they buy cars. I don't know how they buy sandwiches. I don't know how they go to the grocery store. They definitely don't pay taxes with search the infrastructure. So you don't have the sheriffs and the police and the firemen and anybody else that supports the city is gone because there's no tax base. Robots don't pay taxes. We will.
I mean, this is not a small problem. The need is so great, and I can tell you that it's all races, it's all income classes that you might think someone might be from, but I can tell you that when you see it and you deliver this type of gift to somebody who is in need, just the gratitude that they show you is incredible.
Although artificial intelligence will open up many doors and transform humanity as we know it, the transformation period is one to be worried about. According to blackenterprise.com, a study from the McKinsey consulting firm estimates that 4.5 million African Americans could be out of work due to automation. Let's listen to Andrewyang discuss the effects automation could have on the Black African American community.
One of the things I said to Breakfast Club in that interview was that the median African American net worth is projected to be 0 by 2053. And now you have to ask, like, why the heck is that?
What does that exactly mean for us, for Black people by 2053? What would that look like?
Yeah, so, and this is why I'm running for president, why I'm so passionate about our need to really evolve and get our heads out of the sand. So if you look at the 5 most common jobs in the US economy, and the African American community will be occupying many of these jobs. Number 1 is retail, and 30% of American malls and stores are closing. The average retail worker is a 39-year-old woman making between $10 and $11 an hour. So if 30% of those stores close, what happens to those jobs and families? Another top job is customer service and call centers. Artificial intelligence is going to be able to do the job of the 2.5 million call center workers in the United States who right now make $14 an hour. So then what happens to those workers? So these are jobs that are filled by the majority of Americans, including Americans of color. And so then if you're automating away those jobs as fast as possible, which is what we're doing, then who bears the brunt of it? And also who wins? Like, the people who win will be the big tech companies and the folks at the top. And we know those organizations aren't exactly the most representative of the US population or the most diverse.
Oh, not at all.
According to a study that was published in The Guardian a number of months ago, median African American net worth is projected to go to 0 by 2053, 34 years from now. Now, you might be looking at yourselves being like, how is that possible? How could the median African American net worth be projected to go to 0 over the next 34 years? And I'm here to tell you exactly how that's going to happen. Right now, the dynamics of this winner-take-all economy are about to take off. I have many friends in Silicon Valley, and what we know is that capital and technology are about to converge in historic ways and assume more and more economic value. Now, the 5 most common jobs in the economy are this: administrative and clerical work, retail work, food service and food prep, truck driving and transportation, and manufacturing. Now, many of those jobs have historically been filled by African Americans, and many of those jobs are going to disappear in the days to come. How many of you saw the Google AI demo where that AI did the job of a call center worker? Any of you see that? What do you think the time frame is on AI being able to do the job of an average call center worker who right now makes $14 an hour? Few years, that's right. 30% of American malls and stores are closing in the next number of years, 4 years. And why are they closing? Amazon, that's right. Amazon is vacuuming up $20 billion a year in commerce, pushing Main Street stores and malls into oblivion. And you know that working in retail is the most common job in the economy. The average retail worker is a 39-year-old woman making between $10 and $11 an hour. And we know she does not have much savings. What's her move going to be when those malls and stores close? How much did Amazon pay in federal taxes last year? 0. That's right. They're this giant vacuum cleaner sucking the vitality out of your neighborhoods and communities, and you're getting 0 back. This is the buzzsaw. This is capital and technology converging in historic ways. This is going to be an economic natural disaster, or unnatural disaster, if you want to look at it that way. Disastrous for black people and people of color, where there's this natural thought that, oh, things are going to get better, things are going to get better. A study came out a number of months ago that said the median African-American household net worth will be 0 by 2053. And the reason for that is that we're in the midst of this economic transformation that's going to gut many of the most common jobs in our economy.
According to another McKinsey report, about 400 to 800 million jobs worldwide could be replaced by automation. So the question is, what do we do? Work has always been constantly changing and shifting over time, but never has there been a time where machine or software could do almost any and everything. Do we make everybody coders and robot technicians? Do we retrain everyone? All I know is that we are at an age where we can buy a home online and kids are paid millions of dollars on YouTube. The best answer seems to be, according to Andrew Yang, is to start putting humans first so the economic transformation works for us all and not just the winners, as automation puts more stress and inequality on our communities. Will universal basic income sprout creativity and entrepreneurship that will lead us to the jobs of the future while also easing us through this epic change? Check out my last video about human-centered capitalism and also an upcoming video on universal basic income. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my videos. Thank you for watching.